Good morning, winners. Welcome to Terry's Tips. So listen, today we are going to focus on deleting medical collections from your credit report. Yes, so get a notepad, get a pen. And if you are new, welcome. I would love for you to be a subscriber, to like, to share, to comment. Every Tuesday and Thursday morning, I give you free content on personal credit and business credit and entrepreneurship and real estate investing and financial literacy. And I am not just a YouTuber. I actually own a consulting firm that focuses on all of those areas for my clients. I have over a decade of experience. I used to work for a national credit bureau, and I have updated thousands of reports across the nation. So I would love for you to become part of our Terry's Tips community. Okay, so let's jump right in, guys. And first, I want to say stop letting negative medical collections drop your credit score. So let's clear up a myth, because I hear a ton of times people repeating medical collections don't count on your credit report, or medical collections don't, bring your score down. False. Did I say that it's false? False. So let me clear it up. And so anything on your credit report is calculated into your FICO score. Period. So if it is a collection for shoes, for medical, for a car, for a credit card, if it is a collection on your credit report, it is being factored into your score. Period, guys. That is the honest truth. And I want you to think about, when I teach you guys about the FICO scoring model, I talk about payment history, average account length, new credit, inquiries, credit mix. Nowhere in there does it say a separate category is medical collections. So if you have something that falls into medical collections, it won't count. No. If it's on your credit report, even if it's a medical collection, it is impacting your score. Period. Now, the reason why you do hear people actually say this is because there are specific situations, guys, where sometimes you won't be denied just because it's a medical collection, or somebody will overlook it because it's a medical collection. But I don't want you to think that you have medical collections on your report and you're just going to ignore them because they're not impacting you. I promise you, after you follow these tips and you get those medical collections deleted, watch how your score rises. So if it didn't impact your credit, why did your score rise when you got deleted? Answer me that. Okay. So really, honestly, even let's talk about with real estate investing. So let's say most of your credit is decent, and then you have a couple of collections and they may just be medical related. This is where an underwriter may ignore them or not deny your loan because of them. So that's why sometimes you hear the language of people saying medical collections don't count, but it's really because everything else on your report was strong enough that the medical collection wasn't enough just to deny you. Somebody looked at it and said it's medical related and will ignore it. But it is worth it and to get them removed from your report, because your score will go up when you delete things like collections. So there's multiple ways you can handle this. Now I'm about to spit them all out. Okay, so get ready. So number one, stop ignoring those letters when the collection agencies write out to you and they say, hey, you have a collection for this, dental bill or this medical bill or this anesthesiologist. When you get that letter, guys, and you guys are just ignoring it, you are missing an opportunity to even handle it before it even gets added to your report. So there's language in those letters that says if you think this is an inaccurate debt or unfair or not valid, respond within 30 days. I want all of you to start responding and saying, I disagree with this debt. Send me a validation letter. This is important. This is critical, because a lot of times if you challenge it in that stage when you first get that very first letter, sometimes you can avoid it even being added to your report. I have done this. Clients have done it. I have seen it work a million, trillion times. So challenge it right with the creditor directly. Now with medical bills, there is something called HIPAA. Write that down. HIPPA, HIPAA. Those are privacy laws around medical information. Honestly, guys, medical bills are the easiest thing to get removed from your credit report. So if you have a bunch of negative stuff going on, get the low-hanging fruit. Get the medical bills off. At least that will give you a boost. Handle it right away. And there's all kinds of laws around HIPAA. And so if you write a validation letter to the creditor directly, first you're saying, I don't agree with this debt, and I want you to send me a validation. I want you to validate the debt. Show me that I owe this debt and that it's mine. What happens, guys, is sometimes they just won't have the information. You handle it right there and you're done. Sometimes they will actually mail you back your medical records. This is critical, because if they mail you back your medical records and you do not see a HIPAA release form, they are in trouble. They have now violated your rights. They're not supposed to send your medical records through the mail without you releasing the information. And they're not supposed to even have your medical records if there isn't a HIPAA release on file showing that they have the right to have that information. So at that point, you can then say, this is a violation of my rights. You must immediately delete this from my credit report, or immediately stop trying to collect from me, and you are done. Done, done, done. You respond back to them. If you do not see the HIPAA release, it is a big, guys, sometimes these HIPAA violations are like up to $10,000. I promise you, these collection agencies don't want to pay a $10,000 fine because of your $500 anesthesia bill, or a $500 ambulance bill, or your $300, medical dental bill. They don't. So that's critical. Dispute it with the creditor directly, and also ask them for validation. And if you do not see a HIPAA release, they have violated your rights. And if it is already on your credit report, you can let the credit bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian know that it has been a HIPAA violation. That's my next tip also, is always dispute it with the credit bureau directly. So that means you are writing a letter, guys. Not calling over the phone, not doing it online, not doing it through a third party. You're not disputing it through Credit Karma. Don't do that. And don't dispute it through Credit Sesame. Don't dispute it through Credit Check Total. Do not dispute it through a third party. You want to write a letter to TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian directly and let them know it is an inaccurate, unfair debt, and also it's a HIPAA violation. You do not want any medical information on your credit report at all. To be honest, a lot of times the bureaus will just delete the actual collection because they don't want to get involved with a HIPAA violation. So you can, as you're doing it with the creditor, you can do it with the credit bureau at the same time. Be proactive, guys, and knock it all the way out, because between the two, usually it's going to get deleted. Like literally, it's a high percentage. I would probably say about a good 85% of the time I've had clients get it deleted through just doing it both ways and mentioning it's a HIPAA violation. So you can even just say that before they send you the validation letter, you can say it's a HIPAA violation. Because remember, underneath of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, it is your right as a consumer to dispute anything you feel is inaccurate, unfair, outdated, not verifiable. So this can fall under inaccurate and unfair. You don't want medical collections on your credit report. So dispute it with the credit bureaus directly. And then the last thing is that if it honestly is a valid debt, so say you did go to the dentist and you did, have a balance that wasn't covered by insurance, or you didn't have insurance, you can actually sometimes pay it with the original creditor, the medical company. Especially, guys, if this is your actual doctor, your actual PCP, your actual dentist, don't have unpaid bills with them. A lot of times they'll work with you, maybe just like a billing error. So go to the original, not the collection agency, guys. Go to the original medical provider, pay them directly, and then ask them to delete the collection or remove it from the collection agency or withdraw it from the collection agency. And a lot of times, even with proof that you paid the original creditor, if you don't get it disputed through validation process or the dispute with the credit bureau, you can then send another dispute to the credit bureau with proof that you paid the original creditor, which means the collection agency does not have the right to collect on the debt, and they don't have the right to report it. Got it good. There's multiple ways to handle this. So stop letting medical collections bring your scores down. It is the easiest thing to get deleted. A little bit of work, but 1000% worth it. So before you apply for the mortgage, before you apply for business credit, before you apply for the business loan, take 30 days, 60 max, and do those things. Get it off of your report. Watch your score rise. You can DM me, tag me, thank me, and then apply for the things when your score is higher, because you will see your score increase when you get negative collections removed. Amen? So I hope that was helpful. Let me jump right into our nugget, and then we will close out. Okay, so for today's nugget, when you guys are looking at starting a business, I want you to stop with the mentality, just, hey, how can I make some extra money? You are always going to lose with that mentality. You always start with the mentality, what is your gift? What is your, what knowledge, skills, and experience do you have to create value? Because I promise you, you are going to have good days and you are going to have bad days when you're building your empire, when you are self-employed, when you are an entrepreneur. And on your bad days, if you're doing something for money as opposed to your gift, something you're passionate about, something you like doing, you are going to get knocked out of the game very easy. Do not let social media let you think that starting a business is like super, super easy. I promise you, even I have bad days, okay? And it's on my bad days, I'll get like a testimonial like I got the other day, or someone will say thank you, or I'll be on a call and somebody will say, God bless you, like that really, really helped me. Or somebody will show me the business they started, or the house they got, or the investment property, and it reminds me instantly why I do this. I'm passionate about helping people. I'm passionate about financial literacy. I'm passionate about legacy building. I'm passionate about giving people opportunities and options they would not normally have. I'm passionate about teaching you guys to leverage your credit to build wealth. So in my bad days, I remember my passion, my vision, my gift, and then it brings me right back in and I hustle even harder. Amen. So think about, what are you passionate about? And then how can you make that a business? Do you write resumes? Do you cook? Do you bake and it brings you joy to see people enjoying it? Do you do hair and you like having somebody have new self-confidence? What is it that you do that you have a skill and you're passionate about, and then create a business around that? You will have so much more success, but more importantly, it will be self-rewarding. It will be vision. It will be purpose, and nobody can do it quite like you. I promise. So I hope that was helpful. Like, share, comment. The likes help my channel grow. Let me know that the information is helpful. Share the information with somebody if this blessed you. And I'm looking forward to celebrating so much more of your success. Have a great day.